the chat for the hearts that sustain us. Bring in the love where the waves crash and scatter. Words form a bond and they endlessly chain us. Kindness that matters. Voices arise and the flow never falter. Building a space where the ties last forever. Chat is the place where respect doesn't alter, holding us clever. Grateful are we for the sparks that ignite us. Chat lifts us up, every voice brings its power. Threads of goodwill through the storms that unite us.
Hi, Lupita. How are you, dear? It is good to see you. How are things going? It has been a day. I woke up and did not. It was all I could do to drag my hind end out of bed today. Cricket, my dear. I didn't see Brian come in. Brian, were you first in? His comment isn't showing, Cricket. Let me see if I can look at it this way. There it is. Yeah, Brian was here. That was nice. And Orion is making himself known. Brian, are you still here? Because otherwise, there is no hit and running. If Brian's not still here, Lupita gets it. Orion thinks that he has to protect me from whatever it is that he thinks is outside. Orion! Brian wins. It's all relative. Aha. Brian, let me show you. What have you won? No, these aren't right. Where are they? Cricket? I can't find the right ones. Can you resend them? Oh my goodness, guys. I am so sorry. I know I had them. I must have disappeared them again, Cricket. I've been doing that a lot lately, apparently. Adam, how are you? So uncreative. His code name is Top Chat. Orion, I had the groomer come for Orion this week. She came on Sunday because he is getting so messy. So messy. So the groomer came. Let me get a puppy for you guys. Here we go. Ready? Come on. Come on. There we go. Look at you. Thank you, Brian. Okay, puppy. Okay, stop it. Yeah, licking, licking, licking. Oh my goodness. Settle, settle. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. That's much better. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Cricket. Now, I know I saw it come in. Thought I saw it come in. Hold on. Cricket. Orion, listen to me, Cricket. Now you know you really happened. Oh, I'm looking in the wrong inbox. That would be a problem. Here it is. Look at these. Okay, Brian, remind me, cats or dogs, Brian? I can't remember which it is, cats or dogs. Cats or dogs? I'm thinking dogs. I'm pretty sure it's dogs. Guys, I look like I've got mega blush on one side and none on the other. That is not the way I did my face. Hey, Orion. No licking. No licking. Yeah. Paolo, how are you? Dogs, Brian? It's dogs, right? You have dogs. Okay. Let us show the prize. Check it out. I think it's adorable. It's a little doggy hot air balloon. Kind of cute. Kind of cute. See if I can get Orion to sit on my lap for a little while. Fuddle with the chair. Yeah. Yeah, isn't it cool? I thought it was cute when Cricket sent it to me. We will get it off to you. Yeah, isn't it nice to see Cricket, Paolo? He's doing well. We are happy to have him here. Isn't it adorbs? It is. It is. So, hey, Cricket, can you send a text reminder to certain people who insisted? Never mind, I can do it. Certain people insisted that I come on tonight. Certain people insisted that I came on tonight, and now they're not here. Isn't that always the way it is? You're helping look after a dachshund a couple of days a week? Nice, Cricket. How old is your niece? She has a dachshund. Does she have a standard dachshund? Orion is about standard dachshund size, even though he's supposed to be miniature. He's close. Hey! Saving us from the squirrels. Saving us from the squirrels. That is going to be the way it is. Let me fix this issue without make a sign. Is she still outside the org? That would be kind of hilarious, Adam. That would be kind of hilarious. So Sunday I had the groomer come, I was saying. Sunday I had the groomer come to try and get Orion clipped, and I'm a little annoyed and not sure how to respond. Tuck is miniature, your niece is in her 30s? Okay. You are here. You've just been keeping quiet in the shadows. Mysteriously. You know what I haven't had, y'all? Let me find it. There it is. My new toy. Hey, brain fog. Oh, so the groomer. I can't hold on to a thought for 30 seconds. The groomer said that he was flopping like a dead fish. Yeah, we all miss you, Cricket. We miss you leaps and huge and bounds and tons. Your presence is definitely missed. But we are glad that you are taking time for yourself and doing the healthy. That is the most important thing, that you do the healthy. As someone who's not good at doing the healthy myself, I encourage you to do the healthy. So she said he was flip-flopping all over the place like a dead fish. Indigo, just like you, my dear. Lovely, just like you. You are lovely, my dear. It is good to see you. So I had asked for the third level grooming service. And what she gave me instead was the first level grooming service, which is fine. She only charged me for the first level grooming service. The thing is, that's good, Cricket. I'm glad you're feeling better. And I'm happy you're able to be here a little bit more. I am doing okay. I'm really struggling with school, but that's going to be over in no time. Hey, Bill, how are you, dear? It is good to see you, my dear. Just a second. I got texted. I need to find it so I can read it. Where are we? Orion. And she only charged me for the first level grooming, but I wanted the third level grooming. And the thing is, the majority of the price, Brian, that's so exciting. That's so exciting that you start classes soon. Are they going to be, they're going to be online, right? Isn't that right? They're all online classes. So the majority of the price, there's only like a $20 difference between the one grooming and the other grooming, but the underlying cost is like $100. So to come out and get the rest of the stuff done that I wanted in the first level grooming is going to cost as much again as the grooming would have cost. I've got it. I'm not sure I've got it. I'm sick to my stomach. It's the last hurdle. I know it's just got to be nerves. I'm sure that it's just nerves. At least I think it's just nerves. Now that we've got my insurance, brick and mortar, you hate online classes. Oh, that's even better, Brian. I mean, I like online classes, but the advantage of going is you do get to meet people more. You get to meet and get to know people. Going back to the school you dropped out of 30 years ago, going back to finish what you started. Go, Brian. You can do it. I am so excited for you. I am so excited for you. So it's going to cost me, I mean, yeah, it cost me $20 less. It cost me $20 less for this grooming, but it's like the majority of the fee is having them come out. So I'll have to pay. Those things just didn't get done. And I'm really frustrated because this groomer was so distraught after working with him. And it was almost like Orion. It was almost like Orion was too much dog for her. The way she talked about it, he just wouldn't stop flopping around like a dead fish. You're forced to take a couple online. A couple online isn't so bad. Adam never fails. Going to attend Karl Marx University, but it turned out they canceled all classes. Never fails to bring it, Adam. Yeah, there is something about attending actual classes and having faces and having names. It does make it somewhat easier, I think. So, I don't have questions for today. So we're not going to do a traditional wheel. But I do have some more of the Boomer game if you guys want. Your neighbor has a dog like Orion named Chocolate. He's a little asshole. Really? I mean, Orion isn't an asshole. He's just... Let's see here. I got to figure out which side of this I was taking the questions out of. And I got to find my reading glasses. In-person ASL class. Yes, Indigo. Which breakfast food took off using slogans like, "It's energizing like rocket fuel"? Indigo, ask away. We will answer your questions too. You've given trainings online and in person. Live in a room is a lot easier to connect with participants. Oh yeah, Cricket. Although, I've spent years working with an organization that does... Orion is a neck lover. Actually, yes, Cricket. You're on it, Cricket. You are on it tonight. Tang is absolutely the right answer. This organization that I work with they do international exchange virtually. And the way they do that is over a 10-week, 8-week session. And they use 2 facilitators they use 2 facilitators in each course, each series. Um, and of course, they have several running at a time. And so each pair of facilitators might have anywhere between 4 and 12 students, depending on the attendance and who's showing up. Um, and these are college students from America, Canada. Scotch is all over the place today. Call astronauts the Tang Dynasty. Hilarious. Oh, lost it. What was I talking about? Oh, the organization. So those are all online, and it's definitely easier to connect with people online in that environment than it is, for example, to connect with people online in this environment. For as much as I know all of you all, well, that's an excellent one. Weaving cloth or identifying mushrooms. Cool. Paulo, hola. So I've done most of my training and facilitating online. So it's I think it's just a different animal, a different beast than it is to work with. I mean, it's a different thing than it is to work with groups in person. And I think that depends on what the plan for the group is. If I could learn any skill I don't already have, what would I choose to learn? Do you mean, so I have clarifying questions, Indigo. Do you mean I would learn it like Matrix style learning, where it's all just uploaded into my brain and now I know it kind of learning? Or do you mean if I had the time and the energy to go learn any skill, what skill would I do? If it's the second one, probably upholstery. I think I'd like to learn how to do upholstery. Upholstery is cool. So I think I'd like to learn how to do upholstery. Anybody else have any skill they'd like to learn that they want to share? In the original Hawaii Five-0, every time Jack Lord wanted someone arrested, what instructions did he give to James MacArthur? Well, that's wrong. Two interesting skills. Yes, weaving cloth and identifying mushrooms are very interesting. Tomorrow, I am having lunch. Book 'em, Dano. Exactly. That is not what the answer says. But I am certain that y'all are right and that the answer is wrong. You want to learn how to draw so you could illustrate your own stories. Oh, Indigo, that's so cool. Anybody can learn to draw, I have been told. I do not believe this, but anybody can learn how to draw. What snack came in a black box with absurd copy like turn the box upside down? If they fall out, this is the bottom. If nothing happens, this box is empty. You watched it religiously as a kid? Yeah. Hawaii Five-O is pretty cool. Snack came in a black box with absurd copy like turn the answer says Tom Snyder. The answer says Tom Snyder. It's very wrong, Lupina. I don't know how they got such a. I don't even know who Tom Snyder is. Such a wrong answer, because the answer is clear. On the original Hawaii Five-O, every time Jack Lord wanted someone arrested, what instructions did he give to James MacArthur? And the answer on the back says Tom Snyder, but it's not. It's Bookham Dano. Jack Lord's wife caught it? Really, Adam? That's cool. So nobody has any idea what this snack is? Who knows what two seas the Suez Canal connects? Anybody? No cheating. We do have the internet at your fingertips. You're not supposed to go cheat. According to the announcer at the start of each episode of The Adventures of Superman, that game is hallucinating. I agree, Adam. According to the announcer at the start of each episode of The Adventures of Superman, which three things was the Man of Steel fighting for? What was the Man of Steel fighting for? Which three things is the Man of Steel fighting for? Tom Snyder was in the Letterman snot before Letterman. Oh. The Red Sea and the Mediterranean. Yes, Adam. But nobody knows the snack. Nobody knows the snack. I'm live. Chat, do you want to see the nails? I don't know if they can see them, dear. I can try. Child number 4 got me some nails to wear for graduation. Can you see them? They got me nails for graduation. Truth, justice, and the American way. That is right, but nobody knows the snack. What would you do for a Klondike bar? What would you?
Minimum or maximum?
Maximum.
What kind of Klondike bar?
The Heath Klondike bars.
A Heath Klondike bar?
Yeah.
I don't like Heath. If it was a mint chocolate chip
The
Klondike bar,
mint Klondike bars are hard to find.
they're so much better though.
That's why I get the Heath ones, because the mint ones are hard to find. Dusty Graduation is the 15th of... Dusty, how are you doing? Brain fog, graduation is the 15th of June. It's coming up very fast. I am sick to my stomach thinking about it. My chat says child number 4. My chat says they wear Lee press-on dueling scars. My chat says they wear Lee press-on dueling scars.
I just know how to use press-ons.
This is chat being funny. They made it funny. Okay. You're here to feel better. The accident was very minor and nobody was hurt, just a little bumper damage. Your car, no damage, just a scuff. It was your fault and I feel so stupid. Your mom was a puddle? I bet, Lapita. My mom is coming. She'll be here in 2 weeks from tomorrow. I can't quite believe it, you guys. Your insurance is going to smack you, Dusty. I'm sorry about that. There's no way around it. I mean, unless you think you can pay out of pocket. My husband had an accident recently and it totaled his car. And yeah, the insurance smacked us good. And then these people, they decided after everything had happened that they were going to sue us for personal injury. And they sent the lawsuit for personal injury directly to us rather than to the insurance company. Maybe they sent it to the insurance company too, but they sent it to us as well. They sent it certified mail. You know, yeah, they sued us. They sued the insurance company. The insurance company will handle it. We don't have to worry about it, but that's the result of my husband's accident. Not that I want or think that y'all are going to have such things happen. So the answer to the snack question, what snack came in a black box with absurd copy like, see, Adam, I thought you'd know this one. Like, turn the box upside down. If they fall out, this is the bottom. If nothing happens, this box is empty. I thought you'd know that one, Adam. That snack is Screaming Yellow Zonkers, whatever they are. Screaming Yellow Zonkers. You have more questions, Indigo? What did every teenage boomer boy say was better? A deck of cards with naked women or the pen that undressed a woman if it tipped over? Which one was better? That is a very weird question, but that is the question. Sometimes I don't read the questions beforehand and I just come right out with it without any screening. And this is what happens when I do that. We get questions like this one. Dusty, it'll be better. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Didn't know it. Okay. I figured you didn't know it because you didn't say anything. It just, the copy on the box sounded a little like you. Reminded me of you. The pen. No way, Lupita. When they stole the cat from under my Z4, the damage entailed say goodbye to my beloved vehicle. It's only things. Yeah, how are you? Kristen, sweetie, how are you? Lupita, was it the person who was interviewing you? Oh my goodness gracious. That would be terrible. Oh my. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Never heard of Screaming Yellow Zonkers? Okay. Okay, Cricket. Adam says the pen. She hired you? You must have had a really good interview, Lupita. You're a Screaming Yellow Zonker as of today? I'm so glad she hired you. I had the strangest interview. I applied for a job that ostensibly it does not look like I'm qualified for. Because I thought, hey, you know, it's close. What the heck? And they called me back and wanted to interview me. So I was like, cool. Aw, Lupita, that is so sweet. That is the best story. Lupita does have that great energy. She really does. I have noticed that as well, Kristen. So we got to the interview, and the guy was like, you know, it doesn't really look like you're qualified for this job. And I was like, well, tell me more. And he was like, well, we really need a person that does this and this and this. And it doesn't say that you have that on your resume. I'm like, but you read my resume before you asked me for in for the interview, didn't you? Okay, well, I guess we'll agree that this interview is a waste of each other's time. So, Adam, I'm curious why you say the pen, because the answer says that all the boys said the deck of cards was better because, pardon me, because there was more variety. An interview with Mike Wallace, well, that would be fascinating, Adam. Name the book published in 1963 that launched the second wave of feminism. The author and the book published in 1963 that launched the second wave of U.S. feminism. Ah, yeah, yeah. You want the show. There you go, Lupita. The show. I like it. You want the show. The first sit-in was at a lunch counter in North Carolina. Yes. And who was the author, Adam? The first sit-in was in North Carolina. What was the name of the store? Betty Friedan. Exactly. What was the name of the store in North Carolina where we had the first sit-in? The Feminine Mystique. Yeah, I read you, Adam. It would be nice if you could edit your texts, wouldn't it? That would be nice. What is the 13th word in the Adventures of Superman introduction? Starting with faster. The 13th word. The 13th word. Faster than the Woolworth counter. Indeed, Lupita. It was the Woolworth counter. Phone typing is Top Chat's cousin. Indeed. Blue eyes plus boots equal who? Blue eyes and boots equal who? I know the answer to that one. Faster than a bowl of borscht. In the introduction to the Adventures of Superman, what's the 13th word? It starts with faster. Blue eyes and boots equals who? And when Oz gave the Scarecrow a diploma, what was it for? Good job, Lupita. Nancy Sinatra. Indeed, Adam. I knew that one right away. Okay, name 5 of the most popular variety shows in the 70s and the 50s, 60s, and 70s. The boomer era. Faster than a speeding bullet, able to leap, there's your 13th word, tall buildings in a single bound. I don't know why I even knew that. When Oz gave the Scarecrow a diploma, what was it for? Name 5 of the top variety shows. Faster than 86,000 miles per second speed of light. Hullabaloo isn't on there, Adam. But I'll count it. Brain, what about your brain, Lupita? It's a good brain. Then a speeding brain. Sonny and Cher. Eric, how are you doing, sweetie? It is good to see you. I hope all is well with you. Carol Burnett, Sonny and Cher, the Smothers Brothers, the Flip Wilson Show, the Ed Sullivan Show, Cricket with the win. Dean Martin, indeed, Adam. Dino. I did not have an appreciation for Dino when I was young. Terrible, terrible. I get all those questions? Oh, no. When Oz gave the Scarecrow a diploma. Yep, Oz the Scarecrow. I got it. Milton Berle. Mel Tillis and Susan Anton together. The Carpenters. Did the Carpenters have a variety show, or were they just on variety shows? Oz the Scarecrow a degree in thinkology. You've been having back issues. Milton Berle is one of them indeed, brain fog. I am sorry about that. Lupita, do you ever listen to the folks who've never heard of the Carpenters before do reaction videos to their first time hearing the Carpenters? I really enjoy. I enjoy reaction videos. It is a guilty pleasure. Fulton Sheen eventually beat Uncle Milty. I took my glasses off. Hee-haw. Alison Krauss is coming in concert in July. Thinkology is kind of culty. You like reaction vids? Thinkology is kind of culty. Alison Krauss is coming to Portland in July, and I am very tempted. Very tempted. According to the Love American Style theme song, what colors was love truer than? Boys, I can't believe how I don't know what I did to my cheek, why it's so warm. That is my actual face. It looks like I got too much blush on one side. I don't know why that is. According to the Love American Style theme, BBC shows on YouTube. Yeah, they have a great channel. Matrix Rabbit, how are you? What colors? What colors, plural? Did the Love American Style theme song say that love was truer than? According to the Love American Style theme song, what colors was love truer than? Yep. Matrix, you were almost there, but Cricket got it. When Toto pulled back the curtain and exposed the wizard, what did Oz blurt out as he pulled the curtain shut? Red, white, and blue, indeed, Lorelei. How are you, sweetie? The reaction to Club Brain Fog Scottish Highland Motorcycle Crew event. I would like that reaction. Red, white, and blue, indeed. Red, white, and blue. What did Oz say as he pulled the curtain shut when Toto pulled back the curtain? A children's story sold over 19 million copies following its release in 1963. What was the title of the book about Max being sent to his room? That is absolutely right. Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain. Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain. A children's story sold over 19 million copies following its release in 1963. What was the title and the author, if we want to get into it, of a book about Max being sent to his room? In 1952, what follower of Gandhi became the first democratically elected Prime Minister of India? No, no, Lorelei, but that's one of my favorites. Horrible, rotten, no good, very bad day. That's one of my favorites. Max Weber and the Economics of Rooms. There you go, Adam. Exactly, Brian. Exactly. Where the wild things are is what it is. Where the wild things are. Nehru is right. I knew you'd know that one, Adam. And the next question I really can't ask because it wants to talk about George Carlin's original 7 Dirty Words. Don't give $20 in diddly coin to the wizard behind the curtain. No, don't do that, y'all. Don't do that at all. The advertising agency for Lay's potato chips suggested they dare the public. What was the bet they proposed in their ad slogan? Nehru's daughter was named Gandhi with no relation to Gandhi. Right, Adam. The advertising agency for Lay's potato chips suggested they dare the public. What was the bet they proposed in their ad slogan? Bet you can't have just one. Indeed. In social studies, this is pertinent. In social studies, we learned about government. Name all 3 branches of the U.S. government. And then I'll tell you what the funny question says, because I didn't read the whole thing. Who was the second man to reach the top of Mount Everest? Ooh, this is way in the weeds. Give me 5 women who were major love interests for the Beatles. No? No what, brain fog? So the question says, name the branches of government in order of importance. No, what? What's the no for? 5 women who were Beatles' love interests. Anybody? You're addicted to the Everest climb? Tenzing Norgay. You are right, brain fog. It's with a Z. Tenzing. Linda McCarthy. Yeah. Linda McCarthy is one. Linda McCarthy is 1. Silly rabbit. What comes next? Yoko Ono, Cynthia Lennon, Linda McCartney, Barbara Bach. Excellent, Adam. May Pang, Patty Boyd, Jane Asher. Oh, the Everest climb is going on now. Silly rabbit. What comes next? In 1972, George Carlin was arrested for disturbing the peace when he did one of his comedy routines. By what name is that infamous monologue known? Yes, Patty Boyd. Indeed, Patty Boyd. Ooh, I didn't know this. During the Vietnam War, what did it mean if a soldier was assigned to a Zippo squad? Tricks are for kids. Indeed, tricks are for kids. So what was the name of George Carlin's 1972 monologue that he was arrested for? Or monologue that he was arrested for in 1972? And what did it mean if a soldier was assigned to the Zippo squad? The 7 Dirty Words. I think that's what it's called. The 7 Dirty Words you can never say on television. Zippo squad. Are you answering for the Zippo squad, Adam? You guys are watching daily updates on the Everest climb? That's kind of cool. It's a very interesting, I should save this for tomorrow night. I will save it for tomorrow night. It's a very interesting Supreme Court case that I was actually pleased to hear about that hasn't gotten a lot of news. It is not the morgue, Adam. It is something else. I have never heard this before, so I don't know how true it is. The answer to the Zippo squad I've never heard before, so I can't. It's just according to the game, y'all. And tomorrow night, I will talk about the cool Supreme Court ruling that came out this last week. The Supreme Court actually did something not awful for once. They, it definitely could have been worse. Flamethrower. I mean, you're close, Adam. You're seriously close. What did it mean if a soldier was assigned to a Zippo squad? What were the first 9 words of the Dr. Pepper jingle? What were the first 9 words of the Dr. Pepper jingle? Guys, I am making an executive decision. We are napalm. No, never mind. I rescind my executive decision. Well, we shall see. As it is, we're at First Minnesota. Goodbye, y'all. So according to the game, if a soldier was assigned to a Zippo squad, it meant he was assigned to burn a village. If a soldier was assigned to the Zippo squad, that meant he was assigned to burn a village. That seems a little excessive. I'm a pepper, he's a pepper, she's a pepper, we're all peppers. Wouldn't you like to be a pepper too? Be a pepper, drink Dr. Pepper. Be a pepper, drink Dr. Pepper. Jim Backus. This is my son, the doctor. I don't understand, Adam. You mean Dr. Pepper? Oh, brain fog. Thank you for verifying, but yuck. Jim Backus starred in I Married Joan and Gilligan's Island. Which famous animated character was he the voice of? Which famous animated character? Good night, Cricket. Much love to you, my dear. Let's do one of these for Cricket. All for you, Cricket. Thanks for stopping by. Which famous animated character was Jim Backus the voice of? Saturday Night Live's Mr. Bill was created using a sculpting process combined with single frame filming. What was the process called? Hugs to you too, Cricket. It is always good to see you, dear. Before he killed Lee Harvey Oswald, Jack Ruby ran a strip club in Dallas. Claymation is right. Stop motion is also right, Adam. Y'all are in it to win it. Before he killed Lee Harvey Oswald, Jack Ruby ran a strip club in Dallas. What was it called? And I need the lip gloss, y'all. There we go. That's better. That's much better. The merry-go-round? No, it was not called the merry-go-round. But you're close, Adam. What was Phil Spector's specific style of musical production known as? And who was married to Lovey? The Carousel Club is right, Eric. But I think Adam gets a point too, because the merry-go-round is pretty damn close to the Carousel Club. What was Phil Spector's specific style of musical production known as? And who was married to Lovey? And who was the must-have doll who drank from a bottle but couldn't hold her water? Who was older when they died, Johnny Carson or Frank Sinatra? The Wall of Sound is right. Thurston Howell. Yes, you answered the other question, Mr. Magoo. Thank you, Adam. Thank you. That was a long setup, but we got it done. We let that one expire, didn't we? Mr. Magoo it is. What's the must-have doll that drank from a bottle but couldn't hold their water? And who was older when they died, Dean Martin or Frank Sinatra? Chica! Hola! And did you have this doll? The Wall of Sound is correct, y'all. Carson. Carson was older. Dean Martin was only 78. Chica, dear, how are you doing? It is really good to see you. I was just thinking about you. Your friend had that doll, Lorelei? Little Betty Ford. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Fab Daddy, how are you? Who was the only president to actually get stuck in the White House bathtub? The name of the doll is Betsy Wetsy. I was thinking about you the other day, Chica. Thinking I hadn't seen you in a while and hoping you were doing well. So it is nice of you to show up. Beetlejuiced you here just by my thoughts. Yeah, I've got that power. That's the start of the cult, you guys. When I start saying I've got superpowers like making people show up. Thank you, Chica. I thought it was a nice spring background. Moshed and mooshed, Fab Daddy? Taft it is. Taft. Oh, no, not Trump. Taft. Who was the singer who sang Poor Side of Town, Memphis, and the Seventh Son? Early television was full of great characters, none more famous than Dave Garroway's Today Show sidekick. Name him. And name the famous classic Milton Bradley kids game that was advertised as a sweet little game for sweet little folks. Yeah, I heard it was going to be awfully warm in your neck of the woods, Fab Daddy. I hope you were able to stay cool. I mean, temperature-wise, thermostatically, it was not Bobby Womack. It was not Bobby Womack. Johnny Rivers. Yes, good vibes. J. Fred Muggs is right. Chica, you got it with Candyland. You guys are going to have to start keeping points. Who knows how to spell eczema? Rolling Stone assigned a reporter to cover the launch of Apollo 17. Who was the author and what was the title of the best-selling book that resulted from that experience? Rolling Stone assigned an author to cover a writer to cover the launch of Apollo 17. Who was the author and what was the title of the book that resulted? Eczema is right. You found some nice mountain folks who ended up giving smoke. Nice, Fab Daddy. Indeed, Adam, Tom Wolfe, and the right stuff. It wasn't. Yes, it was Adam. It was also Brain Fog, though. The Right Stiff. That's a different book. The Right Stiff. Good for you, Brain Fog. The Right Stiff is good. The talk box was a guitar effect that made the singer's voice sound like a guitar. Name the singer who made it famous with songs like Do You Feel Like We Do? Really, Fab Daddy. That was really nice of them. I have in my hot little hands the amazing pre-roll I am waiting to smoke after graduation. It is so beautiful, you guys. And it smells like heaven. Peter Frampton, indeed, Adam. Peter Frampton, it is. Who is the long... I don't know about that. Name the boom era box of vinyl shapes that would magically cling even though they had no adhesive. You got a special pen with the right stick. There you go. Box of vinyl shapes that would magically cling even though they had no adhesive. In the late 70s, an FBI sting caught politicians accepting bribes from phony Arabian companies. What was that sting operation called? I know, he's fast. He's fast at that typewriter. Color forms it is. There is a stiff scale. What is it called? The rigor mortis. It's called the rigor mortis scale. It's called the rigor mortis scale. Abscam. Abscam it is. So in the 80s, Elmo arrived on Sesame Street. So can you give me 6 characters that were already on Sesame Street when Elmo arrived, y'all? Hold on. I need to. It is that time of year, guys. You rank a 10 on the rigor mortis scale? Okay, Fab Daddy, good to know. I will keep that in mind. Not Watergate, but you had to type an answer. Grover, Gordon, Mr. Hooper, Big Bird, Oscar. There you go. But I think I meant Muppets. Can you name 6 of the Muppets? Big Bird, Ernie, Bert, Ernie, Oscar, Snuffleupagus, Big Bird. Count Von Count. Anybody else? We'll see who else. Snuffleupagus. Those are all good. Big Bird, Oscar the Grouch, Bert, Ernie, the Count. Yes. Grover. I loved Grover. I really like Grover. I'm not big on Kermit. Kermit's not on Sesame Street, but you know, related. Not big on Kermit. Really love Grover. I think Grover's a much. So is Grover. What do you mean? Well, I'm talking about Muppets. And on Sesame Street are also Muppets. Yeah. The Yip Yips. They're not on Sesame Street, though. I love the Yips. The Yips are great. Cookie Monster is excellent. My brother loved the Cookie Monster. Herb Alpert even had a #1 hit as a vocalist. Name that song. What's the song that Herb Alpert had a hit with as a vocalist? When Joey Bishop unexpectedly quit during the taping of his talk show, his sidekick slid in behind the desk. Who was Bishop's temporary replacement? Kermit was removed and then brought back. Removed from what? Pork chop and lamb chop and sherry and lamb chop. Lamb chop. Sherry Lewis and lamb chop. Stuff you should know. This Guy's in Love, Regis Philbin, Indeed. Kermit was removed from Sesame Street and brought back? That's really interesting. This Guy's in Love with You. Yeah, This Guy's in Love with You. Stuff You Should Know podcast, huh? Writing it down, Lupita. Thank you. In 1958, which size box of Crayola crayons was first to come with a built-in sharpener in the back? Which size box of Crayola crayons was first to come with a built-in sharpener in the back? Was the coolest thing. Could be the envy of all the kids on the block if you had this Crayola set. What size box was that? $64 is right. Name 3 of the 6 most popular hairstyles for girls in the 50s. 128 box, 64 colors. It was the 64 color box. Yep, it felt like hundreds and hundreds of crayons. It felt like everything. Yes, the 10,000 pack. Now they even have bigger than the 64 box. More crayons than you could ever hope to dream of. I had trouble tearing the paper off the crayons. It was always very difficult for me to tear the paper off the crayons. I don't know why. The beehive is one. Indeed it is. Anybody else? Reread, please. Rereading. 64. What am I supposed to reread? How are you doing, Bob? Pigtails. That wasn't one of the top 6, Fab Daddy, but it was one. It's just not one I have here in my list of the top 6. A comedy album won the Grammy for Album of the Year in 1961. Ponytail, Beehive, Pigtails. Yep. The Wig, indeed. Oh, read the question again. Our hairstyles. Name 3 of the 6 most popular hairstyles for girls in the 60s. The bob is not on the list for the 60s. So on the list, now that you've all had a chance to answer, are the flip, the beehive, the bouffant, Shaquille, hello, the pixie cut, the ponytail, and the poodle cut. Now, do we need to find examples of all of those? We're not going to do that. We're not going to go find pictures of all of those. We're just going to go with that answer, y'all. Flip, beehive, bouffant, pixie cut, ponytail, poodle cut. Did we say second Minnesota goodbye, y'all? Kristen, you have been quiet. Is everything okay? I am good. Feathered? Yes, but that was the 70s, not the 60s, Fab Daddy. I remember the rag curlers to get ringlets. I sure do, Chica. I sure do. Any ideas on who was the comedian who recorded the best Grammy, best album of the year in 1961? Who married that girl in the real world? Who married that girl? Smith and Wesson are known for making bang bangs. What did Binnie and Smith made? What did Binnie and Smith make? It's good to see you, Shaquille. It is nice to make it to Wednesday. Alan Sherman. Who's Alan Sherman? Phil Donahue. Phil Donahue. Good vibes. Are you going to bed? Good night. Have a great evening. It's good to see you. Ooh, this is a hard one. Boomers loved 2 classic characters who wore dunce cap style hats. Who were they? 2 iconic characters that wore dunce cap style hats. Alan Sherman was a comedian. No, it was not Alan Sherman who won album of the year. It was a different comedian. My phone is busy. Yes, 2 and 5. Enjoy your dinner, Fab Daddy. Enjoy your dinner. Santa Claus. No, it's not Santa Claus. Yes, it's Bob Newhart indeed. Goofus and Gallant. Brooks and Dunce. Papa Cat's trying. Papa Cat wants to get in a few points here. Anybody know what Vinny and Smith made? I don't think I've gotten any answers for what Vinny and Smith made. What was the launch site in Florida called before it was called the Kennedy Space Center? What was it called before it was called the Kennedy Space Center? What did Vinny and Smith make? And who were two classic characters who wore dunce? Binny and Smith. Binnny, Binney, and Smith. What did Binny and Smith make? I'll give you guys 30 seconds for any of those three. Binny and Smith. What did Binny and Smith make? Cape Canaveral is correct. Before it was called the Kennedy Space Center, it was called Cape Canaveral. Eric, you are right. Binny and Smith made crayons. And what about the last one? Boomers love two classic characters who wore dunce cap style hats. Name either one. Dunce cap style hats. Give me 4. No, this one's not going to work. Never mind. 2 dunce style hats. Mickey Mouse is the Sorcerer's Apprentice and the Wizard of Id. The Wizard of Id and Mickey Mouse from the Sorcerer's Apprentice wore dunce style hats. The movie Willard was about a rat. What's the name of the sequel and who sang lovingly in the theme song? Who sang lovingly about the rat in the theme song? Sequel in the theme song to the movie sequel to Willard. The movie Willard was about a rat. What was the sequel? And who sang lovingly to the rat in the theme song? Ben and Jerry make ice cream. Yes, they do. They make good ice cream. You got it, Papa Cat. Right up your alley question. Name one of the 2 giant toy brands that were all about toy cars. Adam right behind him. Absolutely, Michael Jackson. What was the maiden name of Elvis's wife? Michael Jackson is right. In 1970, Maggie Smith won an Oscar for playing an eccentric teacher at a private girls' school. What was the name of the film? And who were the two giant toy brands that were all about toy cars? Hot Wheels and Matchbox it is. Hot Wheels and Matchbox it is. So what was the maiden name of Priscilla Presley? Toyota. Priscilla Miscavige. Oh my. Maggie Smith won an Oscar for playing an eccentric teacher at a private girls' school. What was the name of the film? Miss Jean Brodie, The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie. Yes, it was. And Priscilla's maiden name is Beaulieu. Beaulieu. How pure was Ivory Snow? What was the Maharishi teaching the Beatles in India? E.B. White wrote two of the most beloved stories for children. Name one. So we got several questions on the table here. 99.44% pure. Papa Cat. I'm impressed. I didn't know that one. What was the Maharishi teaching the Beatles? And what are one of the two stories pure enough to get asylum in America? Oof, Adam. Charlotte's Web is one. Anybody with the other? Anybody? Anybody with the other? Trademarked. Trademark. Double trademarked. How long did the 6-Day War actually last? Transcendental medication. Not medication, not transcendental medication. That was unintended. Transcendental meditation was what it was. Transcendental meditation was what the Maharishi was teaching the Beatles in India. What pardon me. What jingle for a food product started with the sound of a cable car bell? Oh. Got it, Adam. I'm, Adam, sometimes, because it's transcendental medication. Sometimes the medication gets in the way and I am slow on the uptake. What jingle for a food product started with the sound of a cable bell? Rice-A-Roni, indeed. You guys must now sing it to yourself. Rice-A-Roni. I'm way off key. Rice-A-Roni, the San Francisco treat. What were the 4 All in the Family spin-offs? 99 and 44 100ths death. I know, Adam. I appreciate that. They learned the Hare Krishna mantra and studied a couple of songs to mention it. Transcendental medication. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it all night. Transcendental meditation. Transcendental medication. I should quit saying it because it's going to make me say that. What were the 4 All in the Family spin-offs? Howard Stern interviewed the Maharishi. That must have been interesting. If I didn't get that wrong, then would be something seriously wrong with you? Yes, brain fog. I agree. I thought that when we started that you would be one of the first ones to get it. Maud, indeed. Yes, the Jeffersons. 2 more. No, Papa Cat. All in the Family. Not Happy Days. Gloria is one, although it's not listed. These are the 4 highest rated. Maud, the Jeffersons. I need 2 more. I need 1 more. We've got Gloria. Anybody else with 1 more? Not Sanford and Son. Nope. Archie Bunker's Place. Yes. That one. And also Good Times, y'all. Good Times was an All in the Family spinoff. What was the name of Quint's boat in Jaws? Yes, Archie Bunker's Place. What was the name of Quint's boat in Jaws? JFK visited the Berlin Wall in 1963. To score, tell us what he said in English and in German. What did JFK say when the orca? That's right, Papa Cat. Good Times was a Maude spinoff. So they're reaching Adam. Is that what you're saying? The makers of Nair chose a song from the 50s as a jingle. What song was it? What was the song for Nair? 1950s song that found a second life due to Nair. As it turns out, Frankie Lyman was a bigamist. What was his huge early rock hit that he had as a teenager? Name the artist whose works appeared in Playboy magazine for more than 50 years and was the official artist at 5 Olympics. Wow. Name the doll whose secret is a red stenciled heart with the words "I love you" hidden just under her clothes. Name her brother too. Nair, my God, to thee. Indeed, it was Nair. Do you know the song? Did I tell you the song? Who wears short shorts? Which song? Who wears short shorts? But what's Frankie Lyman? Leroy Neiman, yes. Leroy Neiman. And who's the early rock? Who's the rock star, the teenage rock star who ended up being a bigamist? Yes, Raggedy Ann and Andy. Chica, you're a girl after my own heart. You know that one. What's the correct response to "See you later, alligator"? And then, what prolific painter produced over 4? Look up the comments for Kennedy. I'm not sure I see it. What about the comments for Kennedy, brain fog? I'm looking. After a while, crocodile. Indeed. See you later, alligator. Why do fools fall in love? Was Frankie Lyman's hit song. Why do fools fall in love? And it turns out he was a bigamist. Which prolific painter produced over 4,000 pieces of work, 321 of which were featured on the cover of the Saturday Evening Post? Ich bin ein Berliner. I am a breakfast pastry. It didn't come through, brain fog. Thank you. You guys are remembering the questions I forget. Brain fog gets a point. We're going to have to start keeping track of points, y'all. Y'all have to keep track of your own points, though. What is the relationship between the Sunday newspaper and Silly Putty? Norman Rockwell, indeed. Norman Rockwell, indeed. Did we say third Minnesota goodbye, y'all? Because it is third Minnesota goodbye. We are deep into it now. Colored comics, indeed, Chica. Somebody's always watching me. Rockwell, indeed. And the comics, the colored comics. Sing Volare. How many times do you say oh before you sing the actual title? How many times do you say oh before you sing the title of Volare? In your guts, you know he's nuts was the Democrat response to what Republican campaign slogan for Barry Goldwater? In your guts, you know he's nuts was the Democratic response to what Republican campaign slogan for Barry Goldwater? Columbo has the longest violin rendition ever. Goldwater, in your heart, you know he's right. That's right, Adam. In your heart, you know he's right. And the response to that was in your guts, you know he's nuts. How many times do we say oh in Volare before we get to the title? Volare. Oh, cantare. Oh. I guess that tells you, doesn't it? After a military defeat at Dien Bien Phu in 1954, which country decided to get out of Vietnam? In November 1960, Frank Sinatra was best man at the controversial wedding of his friend Sammy Davis Jr. Who was the bride? France it is. Patrice Lumumba was elected prime minister at 35 and assassinated at 36. What country was he from? Give me 6 of the 8 main characters, not Kim Novak, May Britt. 6 of the 8 primary characters on Flintstones. 6 of the 8 main characters on Flintstones. Congo is correct. Congo is correct, Adam. Adam gets all the geography questions. World history would be better term questions, world history questions. Wilma, Betty, Bam Bam, Pebbles, Fred. There you go, Lupita. Bernie, Fred, Wilma, Bam Bam, Pebbles. Yes, Chica. Dino. Yes, I like Dino. The Boston Massacre is considered the start of the War of Independence. Who was the first person to die that day? And we will have that be the last question. I think we don't have a third Minnesota goodbye today, guys. I think we've got all the answers. The Boston Massacre is considered the start of the War of Independence. Who was the first person to die that day? Crisis addicts, Crispus addicts. I'm sure you meant Crispus addicts, unless you were making a pun. That is it, guys. It was Crispus Attucks who was the first one killed at the start of American independence. He was a slave or a black man. I'm not sure if he was a slave. Was he a slave, Adam? And he was the first man killed at the Boston Massacre. Chica, I am signing off momentarily myself. It was good to see you, dear. Sleep well. Sleep very well. Crispus Attucks. It's exactly who it is, Adam. And with that, you guys, we have killed another Wheel of Wednesday. It changed it to Crisis 3 times. Autocorrect is very intent with you this evening, huh, Adam? Next, it's going to change it to Christ Addicts. Pretty certain Crispus isn't a name. It's unfortunate. Okay, guys, I am going to take off. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all so much for being here. And I will see you later.